All right, good afternoon or good evening. Welcome back to Wittenberg University, Pam M. Smith Arena. I'm Dave Williams along with Jackson Lightcap. We're getting ready to start our second game tonight, Jackson. And it's the women quarterfinals, the NCAC, and it's the Wittenberg women going to take on the Kenyon Owls. And we look at the women's standings, and DePaul, Wittenberg, and Ohio Wesleyan all finished in a three-way tie for first place at 11-3. Denison finished fourth at 10-6. Oberlin fifth, 7-6. Hiram 3-10. Worcester and Kenyon at the bottom, each 1-12. Now tonight it's going to be this game, and then the other game is Hiram and Ohio Wesleyan. So the winner of the Wittenberg Kenyon game is going to take on either Hiram or Ohio Wesleyan, and the Worcester DePaul. That's going to be DePaul. Come on, I can't see Worcester beating them. It's going to be the winner of Oberlin-Denison. Oberlin-Denison might be the best game of the night on the women's side in the quarterfinals. Wittenberg, again, the first time they played them, it was 81-37. Wittenberg won the second time, 71-46. Not that you want to overlook anybody, but a couple blowouts.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a game that the Wittenberg and the Tigers should ultimately pull away with, especially with their dominance during the season. This is a Kenyon team that just has not looked great this season. 1-13 in conference, 3-22 overall. Wittenberg, this is a game that they should be on top of, and they shouldn't necessarily have any problems taking on Kenyon. Now, with that being said, with everything I just said, that's not how Wittenberg can attack this game, because of the players and the coaches, and if Wittenberg attacks that game like I just said, then that causes for possible upsets, because this is a Kenyon team that is battling to try to keep their season alive as well. If they lose, they're done. They win, their season moves on. So Kenyon and the Owls, this is a team that is trying to keep their season alive. They're going to give it their all. Wittenberg, you cannot take Kenyon lightly, because although their record and although this is a game that you should win pretty heavily, if you take a couple plays off and if you go into this game with a mindset that you're already a lock to play on Friday, that's when we could see Kenyon come away with it.
All right, so let's take a look at the starting lineups first for the Kenyon Owls tonight. Starting at a guard slot is junior, 5'4", from Phoenix, Arizona, Rain Hamill. Starting at a guard slot is a 5'9" sophomore from Montpelier, Vermont, Grace Murphy. Starting at a guard slot from Columbus, Ohio, sophomore Alyssa Guest. Starting at a wing slot, or center actually, senior, 6'1", from Chesterfield, Missouri, I should say, Claudia Cook. And Anissa Hardy, also a double post player. She's a sophomore, 6'1", from Woodland Hills, California. Now we'll give you their point averages when they're introduced on the floor. For Wittenberg, as always, Taryn Cash playing the point guard tonight, junior from Cincinnati. Jasmine Gaines-Burns, guard, junior, 5'5", from Bladensburg, Maryland. Ryan Burton, what a find she's been this year for Wittenberg. Junior, 6 foot, from Houston, Texas, a wing. Starting at a wing slot, Jade Simpson, senior, 5'11", from Edgewood, Kentucky. And Kelsey Reagan, the third guards tonight, junior, 5'11", from White House, Ohio. And so we're about ready to get started. Our officials down there ready to go. And we will not have a national anthem, of course, in the second game, because they played one in the first game. So they don't play it when they have back-to-back games like this. Now, when they had the Worcester doubleheader, they were separated. The Worcester women played at 2, the men played at 7, so they're national anthems for both those games. So these are back-to-back games here in the tournament.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Wittenberg University,
And we're getting ready to have the introductions. The Kenyon College Owls finished 3-22 and 1-13 in conference play. Wittenberg finished overall 18-6 and 11-3. And Wittenberg, when you look at their team record, they obviously could have won a couple more games. I mean, they let a couple games slip away this year that they wish they would have had. But still, a really good second season for Melissa Colby and her team.
Yeah, tremendous season. And you talk about those games that you ultimately slipped away. If you end up winning a couple of those games, or at least just one of those games that you let slip away, then you're hosting the entire tournament. That's ultimately the difference on why you ended up in a three-way tie at the top of the NCAC rather than the number 1 seed. But yet, a tremendous season for the Lady Tigers. This is a team that is a very young team. They have a bright future, and especially with head coach Melissa Colby at the helm as well. not much more you can ask from her in her second year.
Okay, Kenyon now is being introduced. Rain Hamill averages 1.1 points per game, junior. Grace Murphy, she averages 3.3 points per game, being introduced. Alyssa Guest being introduced. She averages 8.5 points a game. 30, she's the big player, Claudia Cook. Score-wise, I mean, when I say big player, she's 15.3 points per game. And Anissa Hardy averages 6 points per game for the Kenyon Owls. They're coached by Mary Corbett. Now Melissa Colby and her team. But again, you talked about it. After that devastating loss at Denison, this team could have went in the dumper, but they didn't. They pulled their bootstraps up and had 2 huge wins on the road at Oberlin and at Ohio Wesleyan.
Yeah, and remember, we were questioning that after that loss against Denison, that put them behind in the rankings, and ultimately we wondered if Wittenberg would even be able to host the playoff game, but now they're in a 3-way tie for first place. The Tigers, they had to do it the hard way, but it was a nice bounce-back game, and Wittenberg, after that loss against Denison, they could have gone down either path. They could have let the season go down the drain, or they could have bounced back and ultimately fought and did it the hard way, such as they did, and that's exactly what the Tigers did. And here the Tigers are hosting the playoff game as, I believe, the 2 seed in the NCAC tournament.
Absolutely. Anissa Hardy, 8.7 points, Taryn Cash, 8.7 points per game. Jasmine Gaines, 12.5. Ryan Burton, 14.8. Jade Simpson, 7.8. And Kelsey Reagan, 6.5. Now, you wonder, well, again, it was a 3-way tie, and I don't know how exactly they figured out who, but DePaul got the nod, and so if DePaul wins tonight, again, this term will be played at DePaul Friday night, the semifinals, then the final on Saturday. Tip goes to Kenyon, so we're underway. Dave Williams, Jackson Lightcap with you. Our final game, home game of the season here at Wittenberg for either team. Men finish theirs up early. Shot put up, no good. Rebound put up and in by Claudia Cook. So Kenyon takes the lead, 2-0.
Claudia Cook, they're going to have to rely on her quite a bit here today with Kenyon. And Claudia Cook averaging 15.3 points per game, 7 more points per game than the second place. That is Alyssa Guest, who has 8.5. So Claudia Cook, she has had her number. She's had her way with Wittenberg the previous couple of times they've played. Going to be a focal point for the Tigers.
Taryn Cash, 3-pointer from her right wing, no good. Jade Simpson with the offensive board. Fresh 20 for Wittenberg. Taryn Cash with the basketball. Taryn's had a great year.
The true leader of this team. Just a junior, will be back next year as well.
Pass in to Ryan Burton. She missed the shot. Rebound comes down to Anissa Hardy. Rain Hamill with the basketball. Out to Claudia Cook. Anissa Hardy goes up for a shot, kind of a wild shot, knocked out of bounds. They saw off Wittenberg last. So give the ball back to the Owls, who lead 2-0 here. We played a minute 17. Wittenberg's yet to dent the scoreboard. Pass way back to Rain Hamill. Rain Hamill over to Grace Murphy. That was Alyssa Guest, I'm sorry. Shot put up and in by Claudia Cook. So Claudia Cook has all 4 points in the ball game. Again, she averages a little over 15.
Claudia Cook, a senior, and she has been terrific this season for the Kenyon Owls, and it has not necessarily been offense that's been a problem for Kenyon, especially led by Claudia Cook, but there has been no consistency on that number 2 behind Claudia Cook. It seems as if the Owls are relying too much on Cook. If they can find themselves and if they can get somebody as that 1-2 punch with Claudia Cook in this game, Kenyon, they could make it interesting.
Wittenberg couldn't get a shot off on defense, or good defense by Kenyon, and shot clock violation. So turn the ball over, give the ball back to the Owls. There was a pass there, and unfortunately, Jasmine Gaines-Burns couldn't control it. By the time she's able to get it, shot clock had gone off. Grace Murphy, Anissa Hardy, Rain Hamill, over to Alyssa Guest. Drive, Claudia Cook. Just missed it. Looked like she's going to get points number 5 and 6. Rain Hamill, long three, banked it in. The bank's open. First Federal's open, and Kenyon on top 7-0, and they're fired up.
Good timeout there by Melissa Colby. I mean, just 2.5 minutes into this game, you're only down 7-0. This is a Wittenberg team that they haven't gotten the open looks on offense, and it just looks as if they have not been all the way there. They have not made the plays defensively. They have not made the plays offensively. This is a Tigers team that's going to settle in. Some nerves are settling in for the NCAC, and I don't think that Wittenberg expected Kenyon to start this hot and get on this run. But nice timeout by Melissa Colby. Calm her team down, get the leadership in. This is a Wittenberg team. They're struggling now, but it's only the first 2.5 minutes in. They're going to pick up the pace.
Wittenberg played a game at Hiram earlier this year, and they were down 17-4 in the first quarter. Came back and won that game by 10 points. They're down 7-0 right now. So they're down a touchdown to the Owls of Kenyon. And the Owls team is really fired up, Mary Corbett's team. And, hey, they deserve to be fired up. Evie Wolshire and Carly Moore coming in the lineup for Wittenberg. Jade Simpson and Ryan Burton going to take a seat. They join Jasmine Gaines-Burns, Kelsey Reagan, and Taryn Cash. Go ahead.
The Owls, they're nocturnal. They come alive at night, and so far this has been the case here today. But I'm waiting to see what the Tigers will be able to draw up here. Coming out of that timeout, they need a bucket.
That was one of my mother's favorite animals. She loved owls for some reason, my mom. Here we go, Taryn Cash with the basketball. To Kelsey Reagan. Kelsey going to stop. Pop from the left elbow. Too strong. Rebound comes down to Carly Moore. Carly in the lineup. Again, along with Evie Wolshire. Taryn Cash. Wittenberg got to get on the board here. Taryn Cash back to Kelsey Reagan. Over to Taryn Cash. 9 on the shot clock. Carly Moore, 6 on the shot clock. Carly's going to drive. Shot is blocked out of bounds. Wittenberg's going to have 3 seconds to get a shot off.
Wittenberg, they're out hustling Kenyon. They're leading the rebounding totals. They're getting open looks. They're getting nice drives. They're just not getting anything to fall. That's going to sort itself out.
Now a steal by Kenyon on the inbounds, and they could go up 9, maybe even 10 with a three-pointer. Alyssa Guest with the basketball. Alyssa Guest, Denisa Hardy. Anissa Hardy over to Grace Murphy. Grace Murphy starts a drive, picks up her dribble. Out to Claudia Cook. Claudia Cook, 7 on the shot clock. Claudia forces one up the left hand, no good, but out of bounds off Taryn Cash's hand. She'd been better off not to try and grab that one. It was going out of bounds. Okay, in the lineup for the Owls, number 25, Megan Lieb. Megan averages 1 point a game. She comes in for Claudia Cook, so Claudia going to get a rest.
Chance now for the Tigers, because that's their leading scorer. Chance now for the Tigers to try to take advantage of Cook being on the bench.
Grace Murphy shot no good. She tried to get the shot off and couldn't get off in time. So shot clock violation now for each team.
Kenyon, they can't allow Claudia Cook too many minutes on the bench here in this game, especially if they want to be moving forward. So Wittenberg, a chance now to try to take advantage of it. 4 minutes in, they haven't yet found their rhythm, but it doesn't mean they're not going to find their rhythm.
Pass to Carly Moore, up and in. Evie Wolshire with a pass, but Carly Moore did a nice job to keep that one from being intercepted, and she scores. And finally, after 4 minutes plus, Wittenberg on the board, 7-2.
A true freshman has certainly come onto her own this season, and not just this season, but especially the last couple weeks. She's led the Tigers to this winning streak as well. So Carly Moore, a terrific addition in the offseason, and especially valuable minutes off the bench.
Kelsey Reagan, 3, no good.
She's the type of player that Wittenberg, they need to get going. When she's on, it's a completely different team for the Tigers.
Jasmine Gaines-Burns with the offensive board, back to Taryn Cash. Taryn's going to drive, put a shot up off the glass, no good. Rebound, we're going to have a jump ball. Carly Moore and Anissa Hardy tied it up. And it's going to be Wittenberg ball in the opening possession. In the lineup, Milena Pomerantz. She is just a freshman, 5'8", averages 1.9 points per game. Jasmine Gaines-Burns with the basketball. Tigers down 7-2. Evie Wolshire makes a nice move in the lane, scores, and she's fouled. Evie's going to go to the line for a chance for an old-fashioned 3, and Evie from the foul line is 65%. So it's a 7-0 run to start the game for Kenyon, and now Wittenberg trying to make it a 5-0 run on their end.
Dave, there's a reason why you can never count out the Wittenberg Tigers offense. Although they started off this game slow, they now have 5 points in the last 50 or 49 seconds. This is a Wittenberg Tigers offense that can explode and pop off at any minute, at any given time. Just like that, in blink of an eye, 5-0 run, and they're back within 2.
Evie Wolshire got the free throw in, so the old-fashioned 3, and Tigers back within 2 with the basketball. Megan Lieb, Denisa Hardy, Delissa Guess. Inside to Anissa Hardy. She makes a move, left hand up and in. Anissa Hardy.
Just a nice move. Great defense there by Carly Moore. Not much more she could do. Nice move there by Harding, faking right, going left.
Jasmine Gaines burns a nice dish off, and we're going to get a travel called on Carly Moore. It's a good pass. I don't know if Carly Moore was ready for Claudia Cook back in the lineup. I think they might have told her, hey, you don't have to do everything, because that last shot she took, she kind of forced it. I think they're trying to tell her, hey, let the game come to you. She's a good player. Claudia Cook, senior. Could be her last game in her collegiate career at Kenyon. She missed the layup there, got her own rebound, and she's fouled. So she's trying to make it a memorable one for her. Claudia Cook, 4 points early in the ball game. She gets fouled there. That's one team foul on both teams. That was Taryn Cash picked up that foul. Turnaround shot, no good by Melania Pomerantz. Here come the Tigers, down 4. Jasmine Gaines Burns to Taryn Cash. Taryn Cash going to put up a 2. No good. Rebound Jasmine Gaines Burns. Her foot was on the line. I don't think they would have called that a 3. I think they saw it.
Jasmine Gaines Burns, an offensive rebound. You want to talk about a player that's always going to hustle and always give 110% effort. That's Jasmine Gaines Burns.
Kelsey Reagan drives, puts a shot up in the lane. Up and in, 9-7. She shows it. She's just not a three-point shooter. She can drive. I'd like to see her go to the foul line a little bit more because she is such a good free throw shooter, Kelsey. Only been there 6 times this year. She's hit 5. Three-pointer on the way. Alyssa Guess, no good. Rebound, Jasmine Gaines Burns. Tigers with a chance to tie for the second time. Jasmine Gaines Burns, coast to coast, lays it up and in, and we're all tied 9-9. So after that 7-0 run, it's a 9-2 run for Wittenberg to tie it.
Tremendous job there by Jasmine Gaines Burns. We talk about her giving every effort that she has, getting the rebound, going coast to coast, finding a lane, and committing to that lane. A lot of times at this level of basketball, you see players both on men and the women's side decommit and try to kick it out, and that's where turnovers happen, and that's where things can go down the drain really quickly. Jasmine Gaines Burns, she knows her craft. She's aggressive. Attack the lane, find the lane, attack it, and it caps off 2 points at the other end.
And the shot clock was just about ready to go off, but they called Kenyon for a 3-second violation. So give the ball back to Wittenberg, and let's see, turnover-wise. That's the third turnover. Each team now 3 turnovers. Jasmine Gaines Burns to Carly Moore. Carly back to Kelsey Reagan. Kelsey picks up her dribble, out to Taryn Cash. Taryn going to drive, put up a shot with the left hand, up and in. Tigers with their first lead this evening, 11-9.
An 11-2 run for the Tigers as well. Again, don't count them out. This is a team that can get hot. And it all started when Claudia Cook was on the bench, and now she's been silent coming back from the bench as well.
Claudia Cook already has 3 rebounds, 4 points. Pass into Claudia Cook. She makes a move. Going up, shot, she scores, and she's fouled. So they have a chance to retake the lead. Claudia Cook going the line.
I like that matchup of Carly Moore, though, going up against Claudia Cook. Yeah, Claudia Cook there got the best of Carly Moore, but with the matchup down low, you see Carly Moore, she's an aggressive player, a tremendous post player as well, a tremendous defender. And when you look at the players out on the floor right now for the Wittenberg Tigers, Carly Moore, one of the best defenders that they have out there. So pairing her up against Claudia Cook, I like that matchup. It didn't work there, but I expect it to work in Wittenberg's favor moving forward.
77% free throw shooter, but Claudia Cook misses it. So we're all tied. McKenna Baker throws up 3, just got in the game, along with, of course, point guard Maddie Barnett. Maddie's going to have a nice career here.
Another true
just
freshman.
a freshman. Yeah. Maddie, Evie Wolshire. Evie underneath Carly Moore. Carly goes up the left hand. She scores, and she's fouled. Carly Moore with a chance for a three-point play. Let's see who they called that foul. I don't know if Claudia Cook picked it up. No, not foul number 14, Melena Pomerantz.
Carly Moore, with her growth in her development in her true freshman season, that's a move she wouldn't make earlier in the season. She's more confident on the floor, and it shows in her play, and it especially helps Wittenberg out, especially with the injuries that they've had in the post, especially to Kelsey Whitaker. Having Carly Moore being able to step into that role, it's helped fill the spots for the Tigers.
Old-fashioned three-point play as Carly hits a free throw. Tigers up 3, 14-11, their biggest lead of the evening. They were down 7-0. They now lead 14-11 inside. Claudia Cook, nice steal. Evie Wolshire knocked the ball away, and Jasmine Gaines-Burns comes up with it. Ahead to Maddie Barnett. Maddie going to bring it up. Evie Wolshire back to Maddie Barnett. Minute 13 to play. First quarter. Wittenberg up 14-11. Dave Williams, Jackson Lightcap coming to you from Pamela Smith Arena. Carly Moore gets fouled. She's going to go right back the line for 2 more. And again, that's Melena Pomerantz. Melena Pomerantz, that's her second. Back in the lineup, Anissa Hardy and Grace Murphy. They come in for Alyssa Guest. And also leaving is Megan Lieb. All right, Carly Moore. The line for 2 free throws. First one, no good. She's hitting 61% of her free throws on the year. See if Carly can this one. Give them a 4-point lead. Free throw on the way, up and in. Another one net. Tigers up 15-11. Again, they were down 7-0. So they're on a 15-4 run. We're down to 1 minute to play in the first quarter. And now turnover. Ball's going to go out of bounds. Belong to Wittenberg. Pass intended for Claudia Cook. She didn't see it. Went right by her. Rolled right out of bounds. By the way, if you missed it, men won their quarterfinal game tonight. 71-59 over Ohio Wesleyan. Wittenberg will be on the road to Wabash on Friday night. Wabash has a huge lead in their game. Zaire Miller in the lineup. Didn't see Zaire come in. Evie Wolshire 3, no good. Rebound Anissa Hardy.
Another player, Evie Wolshire, who we've talked about so many times this season. She can get it done, and she can get it done in so many different ways. Great defender, great shooter. If she gets heated up on the offensive side, that's only going to help Wittenberg run away with this one early.
Grace Murphy with a drive, picks up her dribble. Out to Rain Hamill, floater in the lane, no good. Rebound fought for, and coming down with Evie Wolshire. We've got 11 seconds left in the first quarter. Evie in the corner. Three-pointer on the way. Scores, and a foul. That's McKenna Baker with a three-pointer, and she just got fouled by Rain Hamill. So we had a 4-pointer in the men's game, and now we've got a chance for a 4-pointer here by Rain Hamill.
And everybody watching at home that wants to pursue the sport of basketball, any kid that's watching at home, take note on what Evie Wolshire did. She was able to dribble with her head up, and because she was able to dribble with her head up, she was able to find McKenna Baker for the 3.
So the foul came after the shot, so they gave the ball to Wittenberg, so they had a 3-point shot, and they got the ball back, and now Zaire Miller scores in a layup, and she is fouled.
A chance for Wittenberg's 6-point possession. I'm sure that they are happy that was called after the shot at the other end.
Yeah, I thought she was going to go to the line for one, but they say no. Basket was good. She got fouled and give Wittenberg the ball. So Zaire Miller going to be at the line, and she's had a nice, she's 75% from the foul line. And now she hits it. So Wittenberg was down 7-0, and now they're up 21-11 with 1 second left, and that's the end of the first quarter. Your score, Wittenberg 21 and Kenyon 11. Again, 21-4 run after being down 7-0.
21-4 run, and it all ultimately transpired after that timeout taken by Melissa Colby. And you talk about the 21-4 run, how explosive the Wittenberg offense is. They didn't get their first bucket until about 5.5 minutes to play in that first quarter. So the Lady Tigers doing what they need to be done. Didn't panic when they were down 7-0. Kenyon, they were celebrating. They had all momentum. Wittenberg, they just went back to the bench, and you just had a gut feeling that Wittenberg was going to be able to find their rhythm. They were out hustling. They were out rebounding. They were forcing some turnovers. It was just Kenyon got their shots to fall. Wittenberg did not. Now it's opposite, and we're starting to see Wittenberg try to pull away.
Jackson, you're right. Wittenberg, 21 points is a good quarter for a 10-minute quarter, and they scored 21 points in less than 6 minutes. Because, as you said, they didn't score their first point till maybe 5:40 or something on the clock. So quite an end of that first quarter for the Tigers, who ended up shooting 8 of 17, 47%. Kenyon was 5 of 15, 33%. Kenyon 1 of 2 beyond the arc, and Wittenberg 1 of 5.
Here's another aspect. Here's another part of Wittenberg's games that's changed in that first quarter. 3 turnovers for Wittenberg in that first quarter. They had 0 in the final 6 minutes of that first quarter. That's when they scored all of their points as well.
All right, Kenyon inbounds the basketball to start the second quarter. Again, I do both men and women. I really like the quarters. I like it. I like the fact that you can call timeout and advance the ball at the end of the game. I would like to see the one-on-one in the women's game. That's the only thing I like in a men's game better than a women's game.
Isn't it a little bit odd that every single youth basketball, high school basketball, women's
NBA.
college basketball, NBA, they're played in quarters, but
yeah.
Men's college basketball played in halves.
Claudia Cook with the basketball. Claudia makes a move in the lane, bounce past Anissa Hardy, and she is fouled. I don't know where they're either going to give that to Maddie Barnett or Ryan Burton, or going to give it to Maddie. So I think she's going to go to the line, Anissa Hardy. Go ahead.
Kenyon, this is a team that has a lot of potential, and we talk about them young. Being young, they have a lot of potential. I will say this, Claudia Cook, she is a senior, but outside of that, they're a very young team. And this is a Kenyon team that has a lot of potential, and they do have a lot of talent. The problem is that they haven't been able to gel this talent together this season. There's been a lot of passes, and it's shown here in this game just on the last possession where they pass it, and one of their teammates isn't just ready. They weren't looking for the ball. It leads to just pretty bad awareness, and you could just tell that Kenyon, they've not been able to get things going right and communicating right, playing right together as a team.
They split the 3 throws, and now on the other end, McKenna Baker with another 3 from beyond the arc. The top of the key, 24-12. They have now doubled up the Owls. Alyssa Guess with the basketball. The Anissa Hardy. Anissa Hardy in the corner, Rain Hamill. Rain Hamill stops, pops. Zaire Miller blocked it. Getting it, though, Anissa Hardy to Claudia Cook. Claudia Cook, turnaround shot in the lane, no good. Off the front of the rim, Jade Simpson with a rebound. Here come the Tigers.
Great defense there by Jade Simpson at the other end. Disrupting Claudia Cook, staying straight up, knowing, get her feet set, don't draw the foul. Just doing her craft.
Jade Simpson, 16-footer, didn't hit anything. Goes out of bounds. Trying to save it's Ryan Burton, but she's not able to. 24-12, Tigers on top. I'm Dave Williams. That's Jackson Lycap. We're glad you're with us. Hopefully we're here for the men's game, which was a tight game till Wittenberg went on an 18-0 run in the second half. They ended up winning 71-59. They were up by as many as 20 a couple different times. Rain Hamill to Claudia Cook. Claudia Cook. Anissa Hardy. Over to Alyssa Guess. Nice play by Jade Simpson. Knocked the pass and 10 for Claudia Cook out of bounds. 8 seconds on the shot clock, Jackson, for the Owls.
Yeah, Wittenberg, again, the strength of this team is how many post players they have. We already talked highly on Carly Moore, but Jade Simpson up there, Kelsey Whitaker, when she's on the floor, she's dangerous. And then how about the addition to Ryan Burton this season as well?
Alyssa Guess put up a shot, but it did not hit the rim. And the ball's knocked out of bounds by Wittenberg, but they only have 1 second to get a shot off. The ball did not hit the rim. So they only have 1 second. Got thrown in. That's shot clock violation. No way. She took it and dribbled it, so evidently they weren't paying enough attention. I think their bench was trying to tell them, you only have 1 second. Rain Hamill got the ball and then dribbled to her left, and once she did that, shot clock violation.
Just poor awareness there, and poor awareness, and you could tell on the inside they were trying to kick it to Claudia Cook, but well covered, well defended by the Tigers.
Maddie Barnett drains a 3 from the right wing. Maddie makes it a 15-point lead for Tigers, 27-12.
Maddie Barnett, another true freshman for the Tigers, and we talk about the future for Wittenberg women's basketball, and I mean, with Carly Moore and Maddie Barnett that are both going to be leading the way for this team, both true freshmen, future's in good hands. Melissa Colby, she's done a great job coaching, but also recruiting for the Tigers.
Zaire Miller with the steal. She almost had a steal earlier. She scores on the layup. 29-12. I think that young lady's going to be a player
Another
too, Zaire
freshman.
Miller.
Another freshman as well.
Yes. All right, we got a timeout, and Wittenberg has completely turned the complexion of this game. Again, they were down 7-0 to start the game. The Kenyon bench was going crazy, and now all of a sudden it is a 29-5 run, and the Tigers lead 29-12. We've got a break. We're going to take it here with the Tigers up by 17. 7:16 left to play in the first half. I'm Dave Williams. That's Jackson Lightcap. It's Wittenberg Basketball on your Wittenberg Sports Network, powered by TKDS Sports. We'll be back. Congratulations to Taryn Cash. He just set the Wittenberg single-season assist record. 29-12. Thanks, Mary, for that info. All right, with the basketball. Let's see, is that 23 out there? Alyssa Guest. Yeah, Alyssa Guest back in the lineup. To Grace Murphy. Back to Alyssa Guest. Wittenberg making them work hard to get a shot off. Sky Shepard now in the lineup. We have a jump ball. Sky Shepard, a freshman for the Kenyon Owls.
Dave, we were talking about the freshmen for the Wittenberg Tigers, Carly Moore, Maddie Barnett, and then Zaire Miller, all freshmen.
Yes.
But when you look at the Tigers, those three players, they have all had to earn their playing time and their minutes. At the very beginning of the season, they weren't getting much playing time. Every single minute that they are playing today, they have earned, and that just speaks highly on the development of those three freshmen on the floor.
Megan Lieb back in the lineup for Kenyon. A nice pass by McKenna Baker to Ryan Burton, but she dropped it and then picked it up. Tried to go up for a shot, and they're calling a foul, and she's going to go to the line for 2 free throws. Ryan Burton on the year, 69% from the foul line. 6:35 left playing the first half.
And what a tremendous asset and addition to from last offseason, adding Ryan Burton to this team, coming all the way from Houston, Texas.
What a player.
And she has come in. She's about to she's very, very close of averaging a double-double. Ryan Burton, another true leader of this team.
Hits both free throws, too.
Just a tremendous player for the Tigers. Can score, can rebound, unselfish, a leader, great defender, post presence. I mean, the list just goes on and on with Ryan Burton.
31-12, Zaire Miller picks up a foul. She fouls Sky Shepard. That's Ryan Burton's first points of the game. So Ryan Burton, Jasmine Gaines-Burns, Taryn Cash, they all have 2 points each, but Wittenberg with a healthy 19-point lead. Just shows they've got more options. Alyssa Guest going to inbound. Sky Shepard with a basketball. Back to Alyssa Guest. Columbus native with a basketball. She makes a move. Dishes out to Megan Lieb. Megan Lieb in trouble. Gets it to Claudia Cook. 4 in the shot clock. Claudia Cook with a basketball. And again, another shot clock violation. By the way, that was, I think that was Sky Shepard, and I think at one time she passed it off to Claudia Cook, and she couldn't get it. So that's the third shot clock violation in the first half.
Talk about poor awareness from Kenyon, and that's just been the story of the season. Poor awareness, not gelling together as a team. Future can be bright, but, I mean, these are things that you've got to fix, and it's got to be a focus in the offseason.
Taryn Cash, nice drive, but you can't score. And the ball, they say, is off Taryn Cash, out of bounds. Give the ball back to the Owls. Anissa Hardy coming in for Claudia Cook. 31-12. Claudia Cook has half the points for Kenyon. She got 6, 3 each for Rain Hamill and Anissa Hardy. Jasmine Gaines-Burns, Jade Simpson, Ryan Burton, Kelsey Reagan, and Taryn Cash back out there the original 5. And now turnover. The ball goes out of bounds off Sky Shepard. Give the ball back to the Tigers. That is turnover number 9 for Kenyon. Wittenberg with 3 so far. Jasmine Gaines-Burns, 5:19 to play first half. Tigers up 19. Taryn Cash. Nice dish off to Ryan Burton to Jade Simpson. Three-pointer right corner, no good. For Jade Simpson, let's see, that is her, well, she's hit 1 of 9 now for the year from beyond the arc. With the basketball, Alyssa Guest, Denisa Hardy to Grace Murphy. Grace Murphy back to Anissa Hardy. Anissa Hardy going up for a shot, no good. Rebound Jade Simpson. Quickly down to Taryn Cash in the lane to Ryan Burton off the glass, up and in. Tigers now with a 21-point lead, 33-12.
How about this? A 33-5 run for the Tigers as well, and they just got their first bucket a little bit over 10 minutes ago in the game. It goes once again, it goes to show you the explosiveness of this Tigers offense, and the best thing that they're doing is they're doing it in many different scores. Every single player that we've seen check into the game for the Tigers but one has at least 2 points in this game. The only one who doesn't, Jade Simpson, and I'm sure that's going to change here very shortly.
This is a Tiger team that won 2 monster games on the road last week at Oberlin and at Ohio Wesleyan. Hey, back in the lineup for the first time for a while, Katie Whitaker, the junior, transfer from Furman. Glad to see her out there. I think she's had some physical problems. She's in the lineup now. Sky Shepard going to drive. Dishes off in the corner. Ball picked up by Alyssa Guest. And now nice play by Katie Whitaker. Deflect the pass. Jasmine Gaines-Burns going coast to coast. She scores and Wittenberg lead 35-12. 3:55 to play first half.
The speed of Jasmine Gaines-Burns. She had a couple defenders that she had to beat down the court, but once she got up to speed with the ball in the hand, she was long gone. Jasmine Gaines-Burns, again, just in the right place at the right time, shows off the speed. Easy 2 points for Burns.
Sky Shepard just missed a 3 for Kenyon. Jade Simpson with a basketball. Jade Simpson to Taryn Cash. Jade going to put up another 3, and she, 2. They say her foot was on the line. So give her 2, 37-12.
10 different Tigers have at least 2 points in this game, and their leading scorer is both Carly Moore and McKenna Baker with 6. Wittenberg, they can get it done in so many different ways on the offensive side, and so many different players can score. If there's one player that's having an off night, guess what? You have the entire rest of your rotation to pick you up.
All right, Claudia Cook just scored on 11, got fouled. I was just getting ready to say, Wittenberg is leading them 16-1 this quarter. Now it's 16-3. Could be 16-4 if she hits this free throw. Evie Wolshire back in lineup for Jade Simpson. Yeah, Jade, I thought she was going to get another 3, but had her foot on the line. 37-14.
And Dave, going back to what I was saying, I think when you look at the NCAC tournament, yes, there's a lot of great teams. DePaul, Ohio Wesleyan, Denison, Oberlin. I think Wittenberg can be, and I think they are going to be the toughest team to beat in the NCAC tournament. And the reason why I say that is because, again, look at the scoring numbers. You can shut down a couple players, but you can't shut down the entire team.
Jasmine Gaines-Burns on cue. Like you said, she just hit a 15-footer up and in. Tigers up 39-14. They missed a free throw down at the other end. So now it's an 18-3 run for the Tigers. 39-14. Long 3 put up. Alyssa Guest in and out. No good. Rebound. Claudia Cook puts it up and in. Claudia Cook having a nice first half. She now has, that's her 9th and 10th point. Yeah, you're right. I think this Wittenberg team, they're good enough to beat anybody regardless of where they play. I mean, they can win at DePaul. They've won at DePaul before, beating DePaul in their home court.
And what's plagued the Tigers this season, and this is something that we've preached it, especially after that game against Denison, and I hate to continue to bring up that game against Denison, but that was ultimately a turning point in Wittenberg's season. They were winning that game by 14 in the final couple minutes, and they ended up losing that game. And it happened a couple of other times. Ohio Wesleyan battled back. Wittenberg was able to hang on, but they were down for the final couple of seconds as well. But the Lady Tigers, they have got to find ways to close out games. If they can continue to find ways to close out games and close out games in victories, this Tigers team is the team to beat in the NCAC for this tournament.
Katie Whitaker hits both free throws. Good to see her out there again. Now, she just got replaced by Carly Moore, but Katie's got 2 points, and she's already got a rebound in the ball game. 41-16, Tigers with a comfortable 25-point lead. 2 minutes left to play. Anissa Hardy in the lane. Turnaround shot, high off the glass. No good, but got her own rebound. She scores. So Anissa Hardy puts it up and in. They now have 7 points in the quarter. 41-18, Jasmine Gaines-Burns. Out to Kelsey Reagan. Kelsey, 3, top of the key. Count it! Kelsey Reagan, nothing but net. 44-18.
Reagan, a terrific three-point shooter, and when she's on, she's on. Doesn't matter how many hands you have in Kelsey Reagan's face. When she's knocking them down, they're going to fall.
Pass inside, and we're going to have a foul on Carly Moore.
And Dave, I'll go ahead and say I think Kelsey Reagan is certainly the player to watch for this Wittenberg Tigers team heading in to the tournament. And I'll even say the same with Evie Wolshire. We talk about how great of scorers they are, but they can also get it done in different ways. They are tremendous defenders, unselfish basketball players. You always know with them on the floor, something good is going to happen for Wittenberg. But if they can continue to be those leading scorers for the Tigers, and if they can get hot here in this NCAC tournament, again, it's only going to help bolster this Wittenberg offense. It's only going to help this Wittenberg team in general. They're going to be playing a lot less. They're going to be playing more stress-free basketball, and it's going to go a long ways, especially in the later rounds, if they hang on today.
Claudia Cook got fouled, and she hit the first one, missed the second one. So she's got 11 points now here at the break, almost at the break. 120, Jasmine Gaines-Burns, reverse layup up and in with a left hand circus shot. 46-19, Wittenberg with a 27-point lead.
Jasmine Gaines-Burns, only 5'5", but she plays like she's 7'5". With what she does, especially in the post, we already talked about it in this game, her ability to commit to a lane, and she's not going to back out. She's not going to get scared. She's going to rise to the challenge. A big heart in Jasmine Gaines-Burns, and she leaves me speechless. Just a tremendous player, Jasmine Gaines-Burns.
She's up to 8 points now, 4 for 4 from the field. She's got 3 rebounds. Inbound the ball, Alyssa Guest. Down to Claudia Cook. Claudia Cook's having a really nice first half. Claudia Cook puts one up with left hand, no good.
I think Clark
Rebound
got
Jade
smacked
Simpson.
there.
Yeah. Rebound Jade Simpson. Over to Jasmine Gaines-Burns. Jasmine making a move in the lane, goes up the left hand. She's in double figures.
Again, it's just that attack and lane, commit, and you're going to draw the defense in, but it doesn't matter for Jasmine Gaines-Burns. She's confident in her ability to get to the inside, finish, and capitalize on those buckets. She's shown it time and time this season, time and time in this game, and it's just a joy to watch.
Grace Murphy, the Claudia Cook. Claudia makes a nice move in the lane again. Dishes out. Shot put up, in and out by Megan Lieb. 11 seconds left to play in the first half. Tigers going to they got a chance to hit 50 here in the first half. Again, they didn't even score for first 5 minutes plus. Jade Simpson shot put up, and they hit it. And it's going to count. Shot about an 8-footer from the right baseline. And so the Tigers at the half have 50 points. They lead 50-19, Jackson.
And all of that came with them without them scoring for the first 4.5 minutes of this game. Remember, Kenyon was up 7-0. Melissa Colby took a timeout with about 7.5 minutes remaining in that first half. And since then, Kenyon only 12 points. We talk about Kenyon, their ability to jump out in front early on against Wittenberg. They did that one time during the regular season, but once Wittenberg gets going, they're a tough team to beat, and they are a tough team to slow down. At that timeout, I said, don't panic. If you're Wittenberg, do not panic, because you know that this offense is going to get going eventually. It's just more of a timeout to calm the nerves for the Tigers, and boy, did it work.
It was kind of fun, actually, watching Kenyon girls after they got 7-0 lead. They were going crazy, and you can't blame them. I mean, they're here at Wittenberg. They're up 7-0, but boy, since then, how the worm has turned. In the first half, Rain Hamill with 3 points, Anissa Hardy with 5, and Claudia Cook has 11 points to lead all scorers. For Wittenberg, everybody's played has scored. 2 points each for Katie Whitaker and Taryn Cash, 3 for Evie Wolshire and Maddie Barnett. Thank you very much. 4 points each for Ryan Burton and Jade Simpson. Kelsey Reagan and Zaire Miller with 5 each. 6 each for McKenna Baker and Carly Moore. And leading the way, Jasmine Gaines Burns with 10 points at the half. Also rebounding, Jade Simpson and Evie Wolshire already has 5 rebounds here. Now, how about Evie Wolshire? We talked about she does more than score. She's already got 5 rebounds and 4 assists. Wittenberg up 31 at the break. Now, we're going to take a break, and when we come back right before the second half, we'll come back and give you all the team stats. But right now, Wittenberg on top 50-19. I'm Dave Williams. That's Jackson Lightcap. Our final home game of the year. If you missed it, the men won the first game 71-59 over Ohio Wesleyan. Wittenberg on top here 50-19. We'll be back in about 11 and a half minutes.
I don't need giant stadiums. I don't need to be lectured. The world telling me how it's all falling apart before I've even gotten started. What I need is my own pen. I need mentors, advisors, and brilliant minds who put just as much into my success as I do. I need more than a university. I need a partner who believes that a higher education takes all of us.
Thrilled to be at Wittenberg at this time and place, as the university is perfectly positioned to welcome an esports program like none other. Wittenberg's impressive athletics tradition and Tiger Up spirit, mixed with a strong commitment to student success, will allow for a program that competes at the highest level while also caring deeply for each player, both personally and professionally. Esports at Wittenberg will not only be about gaming, but will also be about changing the game. Together, we will build a supportive, dynamic community as we bring our own distinct light to the global phenomenon of esports right here in Springfield, Ohio. It's time to Tiger Up. Let's go.
To rise above the competition, generations of Wittenberg Tigers have been encouraged to reach down deep for something more. More than skill or strength, more than precision or power, they were asked to do something extra, something beyond themselves. They needed to Tiger Up. Coined by a Hall of Fame coach and chanted repeatedly for decades since, Tiger Up serves as the rallying cry for championship teams and All-American performances. It calls us to greater determination and an unwavering spirit. To wear the red and white of Wittenberg is an honor, a tradition of excellence to uphold. So is the opportunity to Tiger Up. It's more than a phrase, it's a legacy that binds us, uniting us in victorious celebration and spurring us on to greater heights, even in defeat. Tiger Up echoes across campus, bridging the past and the present as we stand together as Wittenberg Tigers. With the trademark now officially ours, we embrace a new era where the roar of the Tigers resounds louder than ever before. And through it, we will continue to define what it means to compete at the highest levels, inspired by tradition and in full embrace of a promising future. Tiger Up.
I'm thrilled to be at Wittenberg at this time and place, as the university is perfectly positioned to welcome an esports program like none other. Wittenberg's impressive athletics tradition and Tiger Up spirit, mixed with a strong commitment to student success, will allow for a program that competes at the highest level while also caring deeply for each player, both personally and professionally. Esports at Wittenberg will not only be about gaming, but will also be about changing the game. Together, we will build a supportive, dynamic community as we bring our own distinct light to the global phenomenon of esports right here in Springfield, Ohio. It's time to Tiger up. Let's go.
Welcome back to Pam Evans Smith. Well, the sad tale is, Jackson, we've got 1 half left to put a cap on the 2023-2024 basketball season on our end. Of course, the Wittenberg, both teams are going to move on, playing tournament play. And by the way, we'll let you know, Jackson, it looks like Worcester was holding on to a 3-point lead with less than a minute to play. So it looks like the Wittenberg men are probably going to play Worcester. And it looks like the Wittenberg women are definitely going to play Ohio Wesleyan, because Ohio Wesleyan just killed. I think they won 90-45. They doubled up Hiram tonight. So Jackson's checking again real quick on the men's side to see that Worcester. Oh, wait a minute. Wow.
72 all overtime.
It is tied in overtime, 72-72. So how about that? That's the most exciting game of the night. Let's take a look at the women's stats here. Kenyon 8 of 26 for 31% in the first half. Wittenberg 19 of 31. Wow, sizzling 61%. Wittenberg 4 of 9 beyond the arc, 44%. Kenyon 1 of 4, 25%. Kenyon 2 of 6 from foul line, 33%. Wittenberg 8 of 9. Boy, the men had a great shooting game in the free throw line. The women are right there too, 8 of 9, 89%. Turnovers, Wittenberg 3, Kenyon 10. Points off turnovers, Wittenberg has 14 points, Kenyon 3. Total rebounds, Wittenberg 20-14. But Kenyon actually has 9 offensive boards, just 7 for Wittenberg. Assists, Wittenberg all over that, 13-4. Blocks, 1-1. Steals, 4-1 in favor of the Tigers. 25 bench points for the Tigers, none for Kenyon. Second chance points, 11-8 Kenyon. Points in the paint, Wittenberg 26-14. Fast break points, 6-0 for Wittenberg. And again, our hats off and congratulations, Taryn Cash. She set the single season assist record here tonight for Wittenberg. Alyssa Guess with the basketball as we start the second half. Tigers up 50-19. Alyssa Guess, long three, no good. Rebound comes down and it's loose on the floor. Jade Simpson gets it. 3-on-2 break for Wittenberg to Taryn Cash. Lays it. She is fouled by Claudia Cook. So Taryn Cash going to the line for 2.
You talked about Taryn Cash breaking the season assist record, and well-deserved. It just goes to show assists, they are just as important as points.
Oh, absolutely.
You've got to find ways to be unselfish with the basketball, get the ball into the hands of the open person. And it seems like basketball nowadays, everybody just wants to focus on the scoring totals, but assists, they're just as important, and I'll say if not more important than points.
Taryn Cash hits both free throws, so the Wittenberg lead at 52-19. Rain Hamill to Claudia Cook. Claudia Cook over to Alyssa Guest, down underneath. Anissa Hardy makes a move, left hand, missed a shot. Ball's knocked out of bounds, I thought, by Wittenberg, but they say Anissa Hardy hit it last.
Anissa Hardy, only a sophomore. She's a center, and I really like what she brings to the table for Kenyon. With the moves that she's exemplified down low. Yes, she's missed the majority of her shots, but she's getting the open looks, and just a sophomore, a player that I truly do believe can grow into that Claudia Clark type of role over the next couple of seasons.
Yeah, Claudia Cook, of course, leads everybody in 11 points. Now, Taryn Cash missed a shot, got her own rebound. Looked like she got fouled by Rain Hamill, but she just knocked the ball out of bounds. Wittenberg will have the ball with 16 seconds on the shot clock. Yeah, I think Anissa Hardy, she makes some nice moves underneath. She just had that all her shots go down. She's 2 for 6 from the field tonight. Jasmine Gaines-Burns going to drive, put up a shot, no good. Rebound to Anissa Hardy. For Anissa Hardy, that's her 4th rebound, tying Claudia Cook with the lead for Kenyon. For Wittenberg, Jade Simpson has 6 boards on the night. Evie Wolshire with 5. Evie's got 4 assists, too. Rain Hamill with the basketball. To Claudia Cook. You know, Evie had the assist record for one game for Wittenberg earlier in the season, and Taryn Cash broke it. Taryn Cash, nice pass to Jade Simpson. Boy, she just missed it, but she got fouled. What a great pass that was.
All season long, I've described Taryn Cash as the quarterback of this offense, and she must have heard that and started practicing on her quarterback skills, because that was a beautiful throw to the inside of Jade Simpson. Simpson didn't have to slow down at all. She didn't have to speed up. Just dropped it right in the bucket, and an easy attempt there for Jade Simpson to draw the foul and go to the line. And we talk about Taryn Cash what she means to the Wittenberg offense. All-time or the assist leader for the season, broke that record here at Wittenberg University, and it shows just with her how she plays on the floor.
Jade Simpson split the free throws, so Tiger lead at 34, 53-19. Pass down to Claudia Cook. Pass deflected out of bounds by Taryn Cash. 6 on the shot clock. Man, Alyssa Guest, she really wants that ball watch. She's clapping for the ball. Man, hit me. I'm ready. I'm open. Alyssa in the ball game as really hasn't scored yet tonight. With the basketball. Megan Lee, but now she's tied up by Taryn Cash. It's going to be Wittenberg basketball. Again, Alyssa Guest is from Columbus. Went to Upper Arlington High School. Tell you what, this Kenyon have players from Texas, Arizona, New York, Vermont, Indiana, Massachusetts, Pennsylvania, Missouri, Illinois, Pennsylvania, and California. Got quite a diverse roster.
And I think we talked about this last time that Kenyon came to town to play the Wittenberg Tigers, is when you have players coming in from all over the country to be able to play at one college. I think it means a lot. It doesn't just speak highly on your recruiting. It doesn't just speak highly on the program, but it also speaks very highly, and you get to see different styles of basketball, because West Coast basketball completely different than East Coast basketball, and then everything in between completely different as well. So when you're able to combine all those styles of basketball, you get a very unique team. And although it didn't work out for Kenyon this season, probably one of the reasons why they haven't been able to communicate, their styles haven't matched. But again, a young team still trying to learn how to play with each other. This is a team that, with all those different styles coming into play, this is a team that can compete in the future.
Jade Simpson got fouled. She split another pair. Then coming down, missing shot was Kenyon, and a great pass by Ryan Burton to Jade Simpson. Jade puts it in, so now Wittenberg up 56-19. Jade now is up to 6 points. Make that 8 points for Jade now. Anissa Hardy puts a shot up and in. Anissa Hardy now with 7 points. So Jade Simpson now with 8 points and 6 rebounds. Taryn Cash has the ball knocked out of bounds. Remain with Wittenberg. Coming back in the lineup for Rain Hamill is number 14, Milena Pomerantz. Pomerantz did not score in that first half. Jasmine Gaines-Burns shot put up no good. Rebound Pomerantz. Milena Pomerantz. The Alyssa Guest. Alyssa Guest calling out a play. Bounce pass to Anissa Hardy. Back to Alyssa Guest. She's going to drive, but it's stolen away. Kelsey Reagan ahead to Ryan Burton. Ryan Burton's going in for layup up and in. Ryan Burton. Ryan now with points number 5 and 6. 58-21.
Wittenberg, they're going to have to find ways to lean on Ryan Burton going down the stretch, especially when they go to play Friday night, whomever they match up against. The Tigers, again, I just talked about it in the first half. This is a team that can beat, and I think that they are the toughest team to beat in the NCAC with how much they can get done, and especially they have all their players capitalizing in a big way.
Alyssa Guest missed a shot, and down the other way, Jade Simpson with a nice spin move in the lane, puts the ball up with the left hand and scores. She now has 10 points in the ball game and 3 more rebounds, and she'll be at a double-double. 5:41 left to play, and the Wittenberg lead has blossomed. Wow, blossomed nothing. Exploded. 39-point lead, Jackson, 60-21. Go ahead.
Big day for the Tigers. Again, going down 7-0 early on. Since then, a 60-14 run. I think that this isn't just the state. I don't think that the Tigers, they're just not winning this game. They're also making a statement that they are the true team to beat in the NCAC. They were finishing a 3-way tie in first place with DePaul and Ohio Wesleyan.
Yes.
And we talked about how they let some games slip away from them late in the late stages of the game. if they were able to hang on to at least one of those games, Wittenberg would be hosting the entire tournament. But instead, now they have to go through DePaul, and the Tigers, you could tell that they may be playing with a little bit of a chip on their shoulder, and you could tell that they're playing like they were wronged, and they're playing like they are trying to prove and show that they are the true number one team in the NCAC. It's going to result in a big win tonight, but another true test coming up this Friday.
60-21. Hey, can you get a shot and see how we're doing with that Worcester game and trying to find out who the Wittenberg men are going to play?
Worcester is up 81-74 with 10 seconds left.
Okay, so Wittenberg will be playing Worcester at Wabash on Friday night. With a basketball, bounce pass into Claudia Cook. She can't control it. Goes out of bounds. Turnover. That is turnover number 13 on Kenyon. How about Wittenberg? Only 3 turnovers tonight so far. That is terrific. Wittenberg with the ball. Taryn Cash. The Jasmine Gaines Burns into Jade Simpson. Jade dishes out. Evie Wolshire. Pass is knocked out of bounds by Alyssa Guest. Mary Corbett trying to do a job with these Owls here in this first year. Jasmine Gaines Burns with the basketball. Over to Ryan Burton. Pass inside to Jade Simpson. We got a foul first. See who they called that one on. Called on Grace Murphy. Jade Simpson and Ryan Burton going to get a rest. Katie Whitaker and Carly Moore back in lineup for the Tigers. Jasmine Gaines Burns going to make a drive. Shot put up off the glass. No good. Rolled around the rim. Katie Whitaker with a nice rebound. Shot is rejected. Goes off her out of bounds. Nice block there. Looked like Katie Whitaker had a chance for an easy layup. 4:56 left to play in our ballgame. I got a feeling we're going to see a lot of the bench in this fourth quarter for the Tigers.
And as they should, especially in tournament time when you're winning this game by a lot. In the regular season, you'll see your bench check in. That way, they can get looks, they can get other playing times, and there's a player that's down.
Katie Whitaker just fouled Claudia Cook, and she hit the deck, and that is not good for her. Again, she's had back problems, and let's hope she is going to be all right. Trainer going out to see her, Nathan, and let's hope she's going to be okay. 4:43 left to play in our ball game. We'll take a timeout with 4:43 injury timeout. We'll be back right after this.
To rise above the competition, generations of Wittenberg Tigers have been encouraged to reach down deep for something more. More than skill or strength, more than precision.
All right, back here at
power.
Payment Smith
They were
Arena.
asked to
Katie
do
Whitaker
something
up
extra,
on her
something
feet, and I
beyond
think we've probably
themselves.
seen the rest of Katie for the evening as she walks gingerly off the court. It's too bad that young lady's just really been a tough year for her physically. Let's hope she's going to be okay. Let's hope by the time next November rolls around and we're back at Jackson here, let's hope Katie's out there ripping and raring and going.
It's just a shame because Katie Whitaker, with what she's meant to this program, she was getting starter quality minutes at the very beginning of the season, and then she was injured. And then she came back, limited minutes, got injured again. And Katie Whitaker, she's almost had a complete wash of her junior season because of injuries. But when she's on the floor, when she's healthy, she is a huge part of Wittenberg's success. And even when she's not on the floor, what she means to that locker room is she means so much to the Wittenberg Lady Tigers locker room. And you get the sense that if she can utilize this offseason, just get healthy. Hopefully it's nothing serious, and hopefully we will be able to see her return to this game or on Friday. But if she's just able to get healthy, especially heading into her senior season, she could play a huge role next year for the Tigers.
Claudia Cook at the foul line. Now, she's had a nice night tonight, but she is a 77% free throw shooter. But tonight she is 1 for 4 from the foul line. It's going to be her 5th free throw. On the way, up and in. Nothing but net there. What you expect from a 77% free throw shooter. Second free throw on the way, and it's short. McKenna Baker with a rebound. 60-22, Tigers up by 38. McKenna Baker over to Taryn Cash, back to McKenna, back to Taryn. Taryn Cash, Jasmine Gaines-Burns. Jasmine Gaines-Burns with a drive, spin move in the lane, up and in. Jasmine Gaines-Burns, points number 11 and 12. Tigers have 2 in double figures and 3 girls with 6 each. Kenna Baker, Ryan Burton, and Carly Moore. Then a couple with 5s, Zara Miller, Kelsey Reagan. So a lot of good scoring tonight distributed. Tigers now throw the ball away. Another turnover on Kenyon. That's turnover number 14. Zara Miller back in the lineup along with Maddie Barnett. Jasmine Gaines-Burns and Taryn Cash going to get a well-deserved rest.
David, going back to what I was saying just a little bit before the injury happened with Katie Whitaker, during the regular season, you sub in players so that they could develop, so that they could get playing time. In tournament, it's even more important that you sub in players because you're playing games, you're playing more games in a more consecutive amount of days than what you're used to. So getting your bench players in, especially in the fourth quarter, save some fatigue level from the starters and the role players on this team will certainly help them out come Friday.
Melena Pomerantz with a charging foul on Evie Wolshire. Put that shoulder down. You're going to get that most of the time. On the other end, Zaire Miller had shot was way short, got her own rebound and had a shot block, so that's how they got the ball. Sky Shepard back in the lineup for Kenyon, and leaving is Melena Pomerantz. Yeah, you lower that shoulder, they're going to call that most of the time. Maddie Barnett with the basketball, 62-22. 40-point lead for the Tigers. Carly Moore, Zaire Miller. Over to McKenna Baker. McKenna Baker. Over to Maddie Barnett. Maddie over to Evie Wolshire. 16-footer up and in for Evie. Evie now with 5 points in a ball game. And a Tiger lead all the way up to 42.
Big day for the Tigers. Again, just making this making it known that they are a team not to mess with in the NCAC, and especially in this tournament. They're 5th in the region ranked, which we were talking about it a little bit before the game, David, that they're number 5 in the region. So Wittenberg, this is a team that could get an NCAA Division III tournament bid even if they were not to win the NCAC. Although some things may have to go their way, the easiest route into the tournament is winning the NCAC. But if they were to finish runner-up with them being 5th in the region, this is a team that could find themselves playing in a tournament past the NCAC tournament.
Claudia Cook gets fouled again. She hit Evie Wolshire. Evie took the brunt of that one. They called on Evie, but she missed a free throw again. She's now 2 for 7. 2 for 8. My goodness, she's hitting 77% coming into the year, or into the game, I should say. 77% on the season. Maddie Barnett, top of the key, in and out. Rebound, Claudia Cook. So she's having a tough night. I mean, she's having a good night. 5 rebounds, 12 points, but only 2 for 8 from the foul line. And this is her senior. This is her final game unless she has a COVID year. Foul on Zaire Miller. Alyssa Guest going to finally get a chance to dent the scoreboard. Alyssa on the year is a 73% free throw shooter. Now she averages 8.5 points a game. She's yet to score tonight. Again, she's from Upper Arlington High School. Free thrown away, up and in. Nothing but net on that one. In fact, Alyssa, let's see. She may be the only player. No, there's one other. Melina Pomerantz also from Grandview Heights. 2 Ohioans on the team. Alyssa Guest hits both free throws. 64-24. Maddie Barnett, Debbie Wolshire. Over to McKenna Baker. McKenna Baker. Desire Miller, back to McKenna Baker. Three-pointer from the corner, up and in. McKenna Baker. 67-24 now. Tiger lead. Minute 40 left to play in the third quarter. Again, our last game of the season. We hope you enjoyed the games on the Wittenberg Sports Network. Sorry, this last one couldn't have been a little closer, and Rain Hamill kicks the ball out of bounds. Another turnover on Kenyon. Turnover number 16. Wittenberg's had 4 turnovers tonight. Everybody that's played for Wittenberg has scored. Maddie Barnett to McKenna Baker. McKenna now with 9 points. Point away from double figures. Carly Moore to Zaire Miller. Zaire drives, puts a shot up. Layup up and in. Zaire Miller. She now with 7 points.
11 different scorers in this game for Wittenberg compared to just 4 for Kenyon.
Wow. And Kenyon just got their 4th when Alyssa Guest hit those 2 free throws. Less than a minute to play in the third quarter. Ball knocked out of bounds. In the lineup, Grace Murphy back in the lineup, coming in for Sky Shepard. Alyssa Guest are getting ready to inbound the basketball. 49.9 seconds left in quarter number 3. Alyssa Guest into Anissa Hardy. Anissa Hardy shot up, no good, got her own rebound, put it back up and in. Anissa Hardy now with 9 points. She's 1 point away from joining double figures for the Owls. Tigers 69-26. McKenna Baker. McKenna pass thrown out of bounds. Turnover Wittenberg number 5. Kenyon girls are playing hard. I mean, they're not giving up. So you have to tip your cap to them for that.
And right now, this is where Kenyon, they can, in the fourth quarter, I would expect them to give a senior send-off to some of their seniors. Of course, Claudia Cook leading the way.
Bella Kerslowick. She may be injured tonight. I think she may be injured. There's a girl down there that's injured. I bet that's Bella because she's played before. All right, third quarter comes to an end. Your score after 3 quarters of play, the Wittenberg Tigers all over the Kenyon Owls, 69-26. Again, it was a 7-0 run. So since then, 7-0 run to start the game has been 69-19. We're going to take a break. We got 10 minutes left in our regular season for the broadcast here at Wittenberg. But remember, both these teams will be playing in tournament this weekend. We'll be back.
To rise above the competition, generations of Wittenberg Tigers have been encouraged to reach down deep for something more. More than skill or strength, more than precision or power, they were asked to do something extra, something beyond themselves. They needed to tiger up.
All right, back here at Payman Smith Arena, got our third quarter stats coming our way. Wittenberg on top, 69. Thank you very much. Again, if you missed it earlier tonight, the Wittenberg men won 71-59 over Ohio Wesleyan, so they're going to be taking on Worcester Friday night at Wabash. I would assume, I don't know if it'll be the first game or second game. Sometimes the host team plays the first game to make sure they get a lot of fans there, but I don't know if they'll do that, the men's version. Maddie Barnett, after a turnover, she comes down and scores. 71-26, so Kenyon had the ball to start the fourth quarter. Turned it over, Wittenberg on top now. 71-26. For Wittenberg, they won the third quarter, 19-7. So in the first quarter, Kenyon scored 11 points. Since then, they've scored 15. in the next two quarters. Ball out of bounds off Zaire Miller. It will be Kenyon basketball.
And Dave, going back to what I was saying before the quarter break, if you're Kenyon, you're going to give a senior send-off here in a couple of minutes to your seniors, and then you let some underclassmen get you let your future of the team and your underclassmen get some playing time, because the more playing time and game time they get on the floor, the better off that they're going to be heading into next season, because they're going to already have a step up on learning how to play with each other, gelling together, and it's ultimately going to help their development for the future.
McKenna Baker made an outstanding pass down here the other way, and unfortunately Carly Moore missed the layup, and she knows, she slapped her hands like, golly, how'd I miss that one? But what a great pass that was by McKenna Baker. Carly Moore's, again, she's going to be a fine player here. Shot put up, no good. Anissa Hardy with a rebound up and in. Anissa Hardy now with 11 points. She joins the double-figure parade for Kenyon. Two girls in double figures. Again, as Jackson alluded to, only 4 players have scored tonight. Zaire Miller just, I think she traveled, but are they calling a foul? Looks like she slid and traveled first. Yeah, one official's telling the other official, yeah, Zaire just lost her footing. Yeah, Wittenberg's had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, just like you said. 11 players have scored. Okay, in the lineup for Wittenberg, number 23, Kyra Welch. Evie Wolshire, the senior, leaves, and Evie deserves a big hand. McKenna Baker also out. See, who else came in? Well, let's see. Maddie Barnett. Oh, also in the lineup, number 21, Maya Johnson for Wittenberg. Alyssa Guest with the basketball, going to put up a 3. Up and in, Alyssa Guest. She averages 8.5 points a game. She's now with 5. 71-31, Tigers with the lead, and the ball 8 minutes to play. Zaire Miller shot, top of the key. No good. Rebound, Maya Johnson. Back to Kyra Welch. Back to Maddie Barnett. Shot put up and in. Maddie Barnett. 3-pointer for Maddie.
Just goes to show you the future that you can build around Maddie Barnett. Maddie Barnett, I expect her next season. There's still lots to play for this season for the Wittenberg Tigers, but Taryn Cash being a junior, she'll be back for her senior year, but I expect to see Maddie Barnett take over that first guard role off the bench, similar to what she has been doing this year. She's going to get a lot of minutes next year, quite a bit more than what she's been playing this season, and it's going to be her junior year where I'm expecting her to take the spot of Taryn Cash. But it's got to make Wittenberg feel good, and it's got to make head coach Melissa Colby feel good that you have such an incredible talent that'll be coming off the bench that's going to be with you over the next couple of years, such as Maddie Barnett, because unfortunately we play a sport where injuries do happen.
Yeah.
And we don't ever want to see those, but it's important to have depth. And when you have players coming off the bench such as Carly Moore, Maddie Barnett, Zaire Miller, who are all freshmen, who are also growing into starting roles, it speaks highly on a program, and it speaks highly on the recruiting, and it speaks highly on the coach's ability to develop some of these younger players.
Libby Campbell and Sammy Welty in the lineup, and I think Hope Orders is in there too. Couldn't see her number. With the basketball, here come the Tigers, 74-31. Tigers have all 5 brand new players in there now. Yeah, Hope Orders is definitely in there. Olivia Campbell, 3-pointer on the way, no good. That was put up by Hope Orders. Rebound Wittenberg. 6:20 left to play in the regular season. Well, not really the regular season, our last broadcast. And actually, we're an NCAC tournament. I think I said regular season, but really these are tournament games tonight. Hope Orders, 3-pointer on the way, no good. Rebound Claudia Cook. 6 minutes to play. 74-31. 5:52 to play in our ball game. Dave Williams, Jackson Lightcap, we've been with you all year. We hope you enjoyed our broadcast. Layup put up and in, Alyssa Guess. So she's trying to get up to her average. She's almost there. She's now up to 7. She averages 8.5 a game. Another bucket, she'll have it. Olivia Campbell with the basketball. Wittenberg, 5:18 to play. Bounce pass. Shot clock violation on the Tigers. Give the ball right back to Kenyon.
This is time for Wittenberg again. We talk about them getting their reserves in, and as much playing time as these young ladies can get on the floor, it's only going to help them, and it's only going to help your team for the future, but especially in tournament time when you have a game coming up Friday, and if you win that, then you play Saturday. It's important to have deep benches such as Wittenberg does to be able to allow your players to rest up and allow your players to stay rested for the games that are coming up later in the week. And that's ultimately what both Wittenberg teams, the boys and the girls team, both pride themselves on, is having deep benches. Wittenberg, boys and girls, they have 10 to 11 player rotations that they can flip through at any point in that game if they need to. And I've said it multiple times, when you look at Wittenberg and the Tigers on the women's side of things, on the men's side of things, both on the men's and the women's side, they have the deepest benches in the entire conference.
By the way, Claudia Cook hit her first 3 of the year. They were all excited after she hit that 3. And now they get the ball back and they go down turn. She scores again off the glass. So 74 to 38 for Claudia Cook now. That is 17 points for her in the ball game. But she'd been 0 for 4 from beyond the arc. And when she hit that, her teammates erupted. So we got 4 minutes and 9 seconds left to play in our ball game. 74-38. We're going to take one more break. All right, back here, our last broadcast of the season. It's quarterfinal games we had tonight. Wittenberg men beat Ohio Wesleyan 71-59. And the women now all over the Owls of Kenyon 74-38. 5 freshmen in the lineup for Wittenberg. Maya Johnson, Hope Orders, Kyra Welch, Livy Campbell, and Sammy Weldy. Livy Campbell drops it off to Kyra Welch and back to Hope Orders. Now turnover on Tigers. Alyssa Guest with the basketball. 3:40 to play. Again, the last broadcast here at Wittenberg for basketball for the season, home game. Both these teams be in action Friday night. Let's hope they play at different times so you can watch both these teams. With the basketball, Olivia Campbell.
Now we're going to be flipping back and forth pretty quickly on the TV.
Absolutely. Olivia Campbell to Kyra Welch, and then back to Olivia Campbell. 3:05 left to play. Tigers turn it over. Tigers up. That's their 10th turnover now.
We've talked about it a couple of times this game, Dave. Kenyon, they have a bright future. They truly do. It's going to result in a 3-23 season. Yes, they're losing their number 1 player in Claudia Cook, but led by Anissa Harding, a sophomore down low, if she can continue to perfect her craft and if she can continue to work and develop this offseason, she can certainly grow into that Claudia Cook role as soon as next year. I'd like to see Kenyon get a great recruiting class in. We talk about how they have recruited all over the entire nation. which makes it tough at first, especially for a very young team, because you're having to adapt and get used to everybody's different play styles, and not just play styles, but different game plan styles as well. As I mentioned before, West Coast basketball, a lot different than East Coast basketball, and it's a lot different than everything else in between. So Kenyon, they have some things they need to work on, but I think this offseason is going to be a good mental reset. They're going to come back. Some of them are now going to be juniors, some getting in that upperclassmen. If they can get a good supporting class of underclassmen coming into Kenyon, this can be a Kenyon team that I truly do believe can have a bright future.
Lexia Peterson in the lineup now. Maya Johnson just scores. Nice pass into her. Well, wait a minute. Was that Maya, or was that? Well, I thought that was 21. Maybe. I apologize if I missed that. It says undefined. But 21, I thought, what number is Maya? Yeah, that was Maya Johnson. So I thought. Maya Johnson scores. 76-38. So right now, Wittenberg is doubled up. Kenyon with 1:38 to play. By the way, Paul Newman went to Kenyon. Talking about the iconic actor. Such movies as Cool Hand Luke.
Kenyon number 2, Ryan Hamill. Her second, team first.
The
Never seen that
Sting.
movie.
Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid.
I got to watch more movies.
Yeah, those are three great ones right there.
Not necessarily a movie guy. It's hard to get me to sit and just stare at a screen for
Yeah.
a couple hours on end.
I gotta admit, I'm a movie guy. Maya Johnson missed a shot, but she ties up Sky Shepard for the ball, so give the ball back to Wittenberg. We're down to 89 seconds, mercifully, in this one. Got to feel a little bit for Kenyon. Bounce pass, Maya Johnson, shot up, no good, but she is fouled. That was a great pass there by Kyra Welch. Unfortunately, Maya didn't hit it, but she got pushed, so she's going to go to the line for free throws. And for Maya Johnson, she's 2 for 2 on the year. Did they call it technical? Or maybe they called an intentional foul. I bet that was called an intentional foul. Because everybody's off the foul line. I don't think they called it technical. Maya Johnson hits the first free throw. Hit the front of the rim, kissed off the glass, and rolled around the rim and fell in. Maya, free throw on the way, up and in. So Maya Johnson with 4 points in the ball game, and Wittenberg will get the ball because of the intentional foul. I'm sure that must have been what it was. I'm sure it wasn't technical. She probably went up, and the girl pushed her and didn't really go for the ball, just pushed her. 1:20 to play, 78-38, Wittenberg. Three-pointer put up, no good. Rebound comes down to Megan Lieb. 1:09 to play in our ball game.
So Wittenberg now, they're going to go on the road.
Yeah, they're going to be at DePaul. Wittenberg's going to be now 19-6, one win away from 20. Now we have a foul on Wittenberg. Maya Johnson picks it up. Maya Pomerantz going to the line. Milena Pomerantz, and she's 4 for 4 from the foul line this year. Or no, I'm sorry, that's 44%. I thought it was 4 for 4, so that was a good free throw for her. 44%er, but she missed the second one.
So they're going to Wabash now, but they're going to play Ohio Wesleyan this upcoming Friday night with a chance to punch their ticket to the NCAC championship game. Ohio Wesleyan, it is a team that
Alexia Peterson, by the way, real quick with a bucket.
Wittenberg, they did beat Ohio Wesleyan 2 times during the regular season, but that is a team that played Wittenberg really, really close. And we talk about how hard it is to beat the same team 3 times in the year. If Wittenberg plays like this, they shouldn't have to worry. But they can't get off to a slow start in that game against a very good Ohio Wesleyan team like they did today against Kenyon.
Yeah, Ohio Wesleyan's really good, the women.
It's going to be a good game to watch.
Shot put up, it's blocked. All right, Kenyon with the basketball. We're down to 12 seconds to play. 80-39, Wittenberg up. 41-point lead. Milena Pomerantz has the ball knocked out of bounds. 3.1 ticks left in this one. It's all over but the shouting. It's been all over since the shouting, since a long time ago. Shot put up, missed. That's your ball game. Final score tonight, Wittenberg 80 and Kenyon 39. Let's quickly run over these numbers. For Kenyon, 15 of 46, 33% from the field. Wittenberg 30 of 59, 51%. Great shooting by Wittenberg. Wittenberg 6 of 16 beyond the arc, 37.5, 38%. Kenyon 3 of 9, 33%. Kenyon just 6 of 14 from the foul line, 43%. Wittenberg 14 of 17, 82%. Turnovers, Wittenberg 10, Kenyon 20. Points off turnovers, Kenyon 11, Wittenberg 27. Total rebounds, Wittenberg wins 42-27. Offensive boards, Wittenberg up 15-12. Assists, Wittenberg 20, Kenyon 9. Blocks, Kenyon 5, Wittenberg 2. Steals, Wittenberg 8, Kenyon 3. Bench points, Wittenberg all over that, 43-1. 43-1 for bench points. Second chance points, 15-13 Kenyon. Points in the paint, Wittenberg 42-24. Fast break points, Wittenberg 14 and Kenyon nothing. Individual scoring tonight for Kenyon. Milena Pomerantz with 1. 3 tonight for Rain Hamill. 7 for Alyssa Guest. 2 in double figures. Anissa Hardy with 11. And Claudia Cook ends her senior year. I don't know if she has a COVID year coming back, but if it's done, she had a nice game. 17 points. 8 rebounds, by the way, for Anissa Hardy. For Wittenberg tonight, let's see. Playing and not scoring, Sammy Weldy, Olivia Campbell, Kyra Welch, and Hope Orders. 2 points each for Alexia Peterson and Katie Whitaker. 4 points each for Maya Johnson and Taryn Cash. Taryn also with 3 assists. 5 points for Kelsey Reagan, 5 points for Evie Wolshire. Evie also had 5 assists and 5 rebounds. 6 points tonight for Ryan Burton. 7 points tonight for Zaire Miller. Maddie Barnett with 8. McKenna Baker with 9. That was because she had 3 out of 4 3-pointers. Double figures tonight, 2. Jade Simpson with 10. And Jasmine Gaines-Merns with 12. So, Jackson, thanks so much for all your help this year. It's been a lot of fun doing the games with you. Sad it's come to an end for us, but don't forget, these Wittenberg players will be playing again come Friday night. The Wittenberg women will be taking on Ohio Wesleyan. The game will be over at Wabash. The Wittenberg men will be taking on Worcester, and that game will be over at Wabash. So all the games are going to be in Indiana this weekend as far as Wittenberg goes. So for Jackson Lightcap, this is Dave Williams saying thanks so much for this. Has been a Wittenberg Sports production brought to you by TKDS Sports, powered by them. So for Jackson Lightcap, this is Dave Williams reminding you one last time. Our final score tonight in our doubleheader, the Wittenberg men win 71-59. The Wittenberg women win 80-39. Good night, everybody.